going on, guys? Welcome to my brand new video series called Brewthirty. In this series, I'm going to be reviewing beers, whiskeys, and who knows what else. And I wanted to launch it today on 4/20, not because I'm going to be down here smoking dope, because we're going to review Stone Enjoy by 420 Imperial IPA. Now, before I get started with this stuff, I'd explain myself. So, when I first started my YouTube channel, one of my goals was to reach over 1,000 subscribers. Check the box on that. The next thing I wanted to do was get monetized. I did check the box on that. And the last thing I wanted to do was kind of marry all my interests and bring them all into my YouTube page. You know, I'm into a lot of different things: G.I. Joes, action figures, customizing, cigars, beer, whiskey, giant robots. It all says it a lot in most of my bios on my Instagram and some of my other social media accounts. But those social media sounds super douchey, I understand that. But I kind of wanted to bring everything in and marry it into my YouTube channel. So I thought this is a great place to do some beer reviews. And I hope you guys really enjoy it. I'm really going to enjoy doing this, actually. And to kick it off, I'm also going to try to share a toy in all these reviews to kind of tie everything together. So sharing our beers with us today will be these two Nika Toys Dungeons & Dragons figures. The first one being Warduke and the second one being Grimsword. You'll see a review of these guys coming up in the near future on my channel. Say hello, fellas. These guys are pretty badass, no? So anyways, Stone Brewing Company, one of my favorite beers. It's probably one of the first microbrews that I tried back in the mid-2000s. It was kind of my entry beer into the world of craft brewing. I think I started with I can't remember what Stone, maybe Arrogant Bastard. I can't remember. But I was my jumping off point along with Three Floyds. And I've been a fan of Stone Brewing ever since. I've been to actually the brewery in San Diego, California several years ago. It was a really good experience. The funny thing about Stone Brewing is their owner, Greg, for years was a staunch supporter of the microbrew industry. And whenever a microbrew or craft brew would sell to a bigger company, he would bristle up and talk a lot of shit. Not really talk shit, but he'd always have something to say about it. Well, coincidentally, Greg ended up selling Stone Brewery to Sapporo Company, so you got to be careful talking shit, because you might end up in a situation where you have to sell to a bigger and badder fish. So, but that didn't stop Stone from being an amazing brewery. They're still putting out great beer, and I'm sure Greg is focusing on making great beer. I don't know him personally. I follow him, and he's a cool dude. But that being said, you got to be careful talking shit. Anyways, this is a great beer series. I love the Enjoy By IPA series. It's been out for several years now. It's one of the few beers that I still chase. Whenever it comes out, I buy it when I see it. It runs roughly about anywhere from $15.99 to $21.99 a six-pack, depending on the alcohol percentage and the beer that they produce at the time. They've done black IPAs, regular IPAs, hazy IPAs, and maybe a few others. But it's a fantastic beer, and every one of them is amazing. So today we're going to be trying the 420 one. So since it's 420, I thought it'd be a good day to try this. So the idea of the Enjoy By series, in case you didn't know, they brew these about a month or two ahead of time. And whatever the hops they use in there, it's best by the date that's on the can. So they have an Enjoy By 420, they have an Enjoy By like a 1031, and I think they have an Enjoy By for July 4th, and maybe a couple others. But it's always Enjoy By that date. I guess they feel that it's the best, it tastes best by that date. My words are getting mixed up a little bit. But I bought this well after the Enjoy By date, and it tastes amazing. So I don't know if that's a marketing scheme. Anyways, it's fantastic. Since we are trying it today, I won't be doing this in every beer review, but I do have my very own Stone glass, as well as my Stone Stone coaster. So I'm kind of having a Stone fanboy day. So let's try this baby out. Now, for all you geeks and nerds out there that don't like the way I pour my beer, I don't know what to tell you. And for all you geeks and beer dorks out there that don't like my beer review, I don't know what to tell you either. It's pretty subjective. So whatever you think about a beer is what you think about a beer. I try not to hold people to their beer preferences. If you like Bud Light, you like Bud Light. If you like Miller Lite, you like Miller Lite. If you like Coors Light, you like Coors Light. I really, frankly, don't give a shit what you like. As long as you like drinking something, that's fine. If you don't like drinking, that's fine too. So, who cares? Anyways, we'll keep the can up here. So, it's 9% ABV, alcohol by volume, which is a pretty hefty beer for you guys out there. This is not something, if you don't drink a lot of heavy or higher alcohol beers, you want to pound 2 or 3 pints of this and then get behind the wheel. Probably wouldn't be a good idea, or get on a bicycle. Unfortunately, I've done both in my life, and luckily nothing's happened. But this is also a hazy IPA, by the way. Now, the thing about hazy IPAs, I don't really understand. Like, I don't know if it's like an unfiltered IPA or whatever, but obviously it looks a little hazy. It's a nice amber color. You can see not a lot of head because I poured it the way it should be poured, I guess, the way I like to pour it. It's got a nice hoppy aroma. These Stone beers tend to be a little more floral in aroma, so if you like a floral type IPA, these are really good for that. They're not too malty. They're more floral hop wise. Sometimes a little fruity, but we'll try a little drink here. Very good. So I believe it's a double IPA or an Imperial IPA. And you'll notice a difference between those and a regular IPA. There's a little more of a sweeter, maltier back taste on that. That's what I think. That's what usually I get out of double IPAs. I prefer double IPAs to regular IPAs because I don't drink for volume. I drink just for taste. So I tend to drink maybe 1 to 2 beers in a sitting, depending on who I'm hanging out with or whatnot. I don't like the way I feel the next morning if I have more than 3 beers. So I tend to stick with the Imperial IPAs and maybe drink 1 or 2 of those so I don't feel too shitty. But this is great. It's a great malty sweet back taste. It's not super floral. Very hoppy though. It's got a really good hop profile. I enjoy it quite a bit. I bought a 6-pack of these. I've had a few already, not tonight. But I've had a few before this, and it tastes just about the same every time. Now, some of these might taste different depending on what you're eating. I like to smoke cigars sometimes with my beers, so that gives it a completely different taste. But this is a delicious beer. Now, what I did notice is my glass has a crack in it, which is a super bummer. So I'll probably have to discard this glass after this beer review. And thank God it didn't crack on me. I'm not sure how this glass got cracked, but shit happens sometimes. So anyways, we've got the beer. The beer's fantastic. We've also got these 2 fantastic figures by Nika Toys. If you guys aren't familiar with Nika Toys, it's a really good smaller toy company. They produce a lot of really cool toy licensed figures, but they've brought back the 2 Dungeons and Dragons figures from the original LJN line of the early 80s. Warduke and Grimsword. I had both these when I was a kid, and I was really excited when they solicited these for pre-sale. I got them both. Now they have 2 more that they've solicited for pre-sale through some toy retailers, and I definitely plan on getting those as well. Hasbro has a license, so I think they own the license, or actually own the parent company for Dungeons and Dragons, Wizards of the Coast, I believe. And they're producing figures as well. They had a movie just recently come out. I don't know anything about it. I don't really care. But I can't choose any better thing to go with my beers than the two things I love, beer and toys. So yeah, this is a pretty cool start off to my new series of Brewthirty. Stone, Enjoy by 420 IPA. So if you guys are having a beer today, cheers from me. Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to probably get this beer today unless you have it already in your fridge, but you can probably find it on the shelf for a few weeks after this, and it's definitely worth picking up and trying. So if you're a fan of IPAs like I am, and you're not too big of a beer dork, you just enjoy drinking a good beer, I would totally recommend Stone's Enjoy By series of beers, as well as all Stone's beers. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this Brewthirty beer review. I plan on doing a lot more of these for my YouTube channel. And in the meantime, guys, happy 420 and cheers.